We're going to have banking involved for all American-based students of the real world.
Very, very rich people, of which you would know on a first-name basis, have been watching from the sidelines like the gods on Mount Olympus in heaven.
The price of the real world will raise. All these other companies will be begging me to get involved, once again putting in millions of dollars to this project to pump this coin.
Regarding the real world token, this token is going to be backed by the profits of the real world.
Andrew Tate is getting desperate. Tate's supposed online university, The Real World, formerly known as Hustlers University, costs $50 a month and a $50 sign-up fee to join. One of Tate's favourite tactics to drive new membership to The Real World is to create hype about what will be coming soon for his members. I'm not sure that anyone on all of social media gives more wild, extravagant promises to their followers than Andrew Tate, but actually delivering on these promises is a very, very different matter. In this video, we're going to look at Tate's most recent promises for upcoming additions and features in the real world, and have a look at some of the promises he made to his members last year. But firstly, some of the features you're seeing in my recent videos, including editing, has been made possible by all of your support. To support the growth of the channel as well as subscribing, you can join as a member or buy Gadget a coffee. You can find these links in the description. Okay, let's take a look at a new promise that Tate is making to anyone who gives him $50 to join his supposed university. This one is really something.
We're going to have banking involved for all American-based students of the real world. So you're going to have banking facilities inside of the product, as well as access to credit.
Can you imagine being a young, broke American? I'm sure some of you can, because I know some of you are. And being a member of our school and being offered a bank account with a credit card with a $1,000 limit. Right. That's not money for wasting. There will be a guide with that credit card and that $1,000 limit of how to use it. And you're going to be making sure that your credit rating goes up so you get access to credit, things like mortgages, finance cars, etc., business loans, because of your membership inside of the real world, which is what started as some fringe idea between two brothers trying to empower all of their fans.
Yeah, money makes money, so we have to give you money.
The Tates say they're going to have banking for all American students in the real world and give them credit cards with $1,000 limits. Tate literally says he's going to give all of his students money. With all of these outrageous promises, we need to keep in mind what the Tates are really saying, which is, if you give us $50 a month, all of these amazing things are going to happen, we promise. If I have to explain to any of you why the notion of the Tates providing a banking system and credit cards with $1,000 limits to all of the kids in Hustlers University is absurd, I may not be able to help you. The next outrageous, insane promise is hysterical, considering the fact that all of the educational material in the real world can be found for free on YouTube.
And we have certification incoming. The only reason you went to university, the only reason you wasted 4.5 years of your life to learn things you could have learned online in a month is because you needed a certificate, a piece of paper. If we tell you that we can give you the same certification as any university on the planet for $50 a month, there is no reason for you not to join. Certification. We're going to make sure you have a certificate. So if you dedicate a few months inside of the Real World 2.0, you're going to leave with the same certificate that you would get in 4.5 years at a standardized university. We're not going to waste your time. As fast as you can work, we will give you the certification.
Tate is promising that he can provide the same university degree in a few months in the real world as you would get with 4.5 years of university study. Again, he's using these absurd promises to drive membership into the real world, which costs $50 to join. People often mistakenly call Andrew Tate a genius marketer, when all he has shown the ability to do is use this illegal, fraudulent marketing. Next, we see him use another tactic to hype up the real world, so that some more desperate kids can give him $50.
Very, very large companies, very, very rich people of which you would know on a first name basis have been watching from the sidelines like the gods on Mount Olympus in heaven. And there were people with billions of dollars waiting to invest with unlimited tech and unlimited financial capability sitting by the sidelines, looking down at us thinking, if these boys make it out of this, that's something I want a piece of. And the offers have been flooding in from huge tech companies and huge name billionaires, waiting for our vindication and our freedom before extending the olive branch of peace and saying we need to work together. And now people who I never dreamed I'd ever be in the same room as are offering us money, tech, expertise in terms of working with the real world.
As these heinous attacks were attached to our reputation, these terrible slanders we had to deal with endlessly, there was huge pools of capital and capability that were watching us survive, and we have impressed them with our indefatigability and our unmatched perspicacity, and they have watched us to the point now where we were in New York City sitting with billionaires who said, we have never seen people as flawlessly as your brother and I handle a matrix attack of that level. The way you guys just turned up every day, guns blazing, the way you managed to keep your business online, the fact that you have so many hundreds of thousands of students saying positive things, we are so impressed by you.
The Tates promise that all of these wealthy billionaires are ready to invest in the real world and send it to the moon. Throughout the rest of this video, I'm going to refer to this leaked live stream that the Tates broadcasted inside the Real World platform in June 2024. The Tate fanboy who leaked this stream on YouTube put annoying text all over the video. Needless to say, this was not me. Listen to Andrew in this stream, which as of this video was recorded nearly 10 months ago, make this exact same promise about billionaires coming in to pump the value of the real world to the moon.
Let's imagine I were to partner with billionaires for instant liquidity. All these other companies will be begging me to get involved, once again putting in millions of dollars to this project to pump this coin. If you knew the names of the people who are involved in this project and blowing up my phone trying to make it come true, I don't think you'd sleep for months. This is as big as things can possibly be, and it's going to be executed flawlessly.
We can see Tate saying 10 months ago, this week, and other times in between, that if you continue to give me $50 a month, all of these wealthy, famous billionaires are going to invest in the real world and my crypto coins and make us all rich. If Tate had to prove to a court of law that these statements he was using to drive membership had any substance and weren't fraudulent, I think he would be in some trouble. Next, let's listen to Tate use one of his favorite methods of creating FOMO.
The price of the real world will raise. We are a school of the future. The investment is coming and the price will massively increase. However, anyone who joins the real world now, anyone who gets their power level over 1,000 will be grandfathered in on the price. So now is your chance to join the real world, increase your power level, and be grandfathered in before the price increases by a factor of 4 or 5x post-investment when the certification is available. So Real World 2.0, the price is going to increase by a factor of 5x. You have a certain amount of time, possibly only a few weeks, to increase your power level past 1,000. You're the only ones who will be grandfathered in of the price. You must increase your power level past 1,000. If you sign up and do not increase your power level, your price is going to increase along with everybody else's.
The price is going to increase soon, so you better give us money now, so you don't miss out. This is a fraudulent marketing practice that Tate has been using for years. Here is a screenshot of the joining page from back when it was called Hustlers University, saying the price is going to increase in 24 hours and to join now before it's too late. Here is a post from inside Hustlers University in 2022, saying that he's going to increase the price significantly before 2023. Tate and all of his minions have been repeating this fraudulent advertising non-stop for the past 3 years. The man is completely unable to market himself without committing fraud. This next fraudulent claim is just getting more and more absurd as time goes on.
This information will help them make money right now. And no matter what they did to try to attack us or attack the professors or attack anyone involved or attack the school itself worked because we offered a better solution. And it wasn't just us who noticed this. And it wasn't just the world and the hundreds of thousands of students, the professors and the people inside and the people who message me their success stories every day that noticed this. Very, very large companies, very, very rich people of which you would know on a first name basis have been watching from the sidelines like the gods on Mount Olympus in heaven.
It has been ridiculous for a long time that the Tates have been claiming to have hundreds of thousands of members. But now, they are just humiliating themselves. The platform is an utter ghost town compared to times gone by. Even posts like this one from Professor Ollie posting a checklist for the affiliate marketers is getting a small fraction of the engagement that it would have in the past. The feedback from my sources inside the real world is that it is completely dead compared to before, with tumbleweed floating by. Again, I'm very confident that if the Tates had to back up these claims of having hundreds and thousands of members, which they are using to drive membership and in turn have kids give them $50, then they would be found to be using fraudulent advertising. This next clip is from a promotional video that Andrew played during this emergency meeting stream. Tate describes what he calls the 3-stage attack against him from the Matrix. Have a listen to how he describes the 3-stage attack in the current day in 2025 and how he used to describe this 3-stage attack.
I am back. They tried to erase us, but they have failed. The ultimate Matrix assault. Stage 1 was to delete us from social media, silence us so we couldn't counter their lies. Stage 2, have the mainstream media brand us as villains, convince the weak that we deserved what came next. And Stage 3 was the false charges, a Romanian dungeon, facing 25 years in an Eastern European gulag. They wanted us gone forever, but we survived with unmatched perspicacity and sheer indefatigability. We stand here, unfazed. What's scary about it, the only thing I will say I don't like about being banned is that you get 3 lives when you attack powerful people. They first ban you and try and shut you up. Secondly, they'll put you in jail for something you didn't do. And thirdly, they'll kill you. So I've used my first life, which is kind of upsetting. It's the most common tactic in the world. First, they insult your character and attack you. It's stage 1 of the three stages. They attack you, your character, and cancel you. They put you in jail for something you did not do. And the last is they kill you. And I'll make it very clear here, I would never kill myself under any circumstances ever.
Oh, what happened, Andrew? Did it get too scary saying the Matrix is going to kill you? He was saying that was part of the 3-stage plan for months and months. But now he's too much of a pussy to run with that lie. Now, to have a look at how extreme the level of the Tate's empty promises towards their fans can get, we are going to have a look at this stream from June 2024. But firstly, for some boneheaded reason, they showed a clip from that stream on their emergency meeting stream just this week.
And then I want to just tell you guys, because I'm a man of my word, I warned you. I warned you about what was coming long ago. These are not brand new conversations. These are conversations that have been in the work for months and months. And the same company that is now going to be involved in the real world is going to be in charge of our tour around the United States, which is what we're going to talk about next.
You will all get a base allocation. This means that if you're a knight, you should work as hard as possible to become a bishop, to work as hard as possible to become a rook, to work as hard as possible to become a king, because you know the day this imaginary project comes true, you will be rewarded for all of that hard work in cold, hard cash. And by helping others and
You've been warned.
Tate just shows this clip and doesn't even mention that this stream was really announcing a future crypto token that would later get the name the Real World Token, and during this stream he would make absurd promises, including that this would be the biggest crypto project in history and the easiest money play in history.
And here's where we're going to move on to the plan. And the plan of how I intend to enrich all of you as much as possible without upsetting God, and hopefully without going to jail. Let's imagine I were to partner with billionaires for instant liquidity. Let's imagine staking
happened very shortly after launch so that you could make money forever. So it's an investment. Let's imagine I airdropped it to the students of the real world, because why would I not make my students richer than everybody else? Imagine there was an airdrop to the real world students. All these other companies will be begging me to get involved, once again putting in millions of dollars to this project to pump this coin, and the students of the real world would see a huge increase in the airdrop token value as it went to retail and everybody who was not a student began to buy, while also giving you the easiest money play in history. Because the easiest money play in history is to join the real world for $49, get your tokens, and wait for them to go up. Because you know, the day this imaginary project comes true, you will be rewarded for all of that hard work in cold, hard cash. Once this project went live, everyone inside of the real world, 200,000 people, are going to be trying to pump it. Imagine that, along with all the advertising I'd be doing on a worldwide tour. I really truly believe it would be the biggest crypto project in history. And you must wake up every day and train hard and log in and try and give value and increase your power level and do anything it takes to become as powerful as possible inside of the real world before the airdrop comes true. That is the only way that you are going to be saved via this project. That is salvation. That is what God wants from me, and that is what God wants from you.
Throughout the rest of 2024, Tate would continue to make utterly ridiculous promises to his fans about the real-world token. Have a listen to what Tate guaranteed his fans could get from this crypto project as long as they kept giving him $50.
Regarding the real world token, I'm going to do a full white paper on that and explain it all, but I want you guys to understand the utility of this token. This token is going to be backed by the profits of the real world. The real world as an entity generates around 20 million a month probably profit. That's all going to be pushed back into the token. So depending how much of the token you own, depends how much of the real world you own. If you own 1% of the token supply, you own 1% of the real world. If you own 10%, you own 10% of the real world, which is 2 million a month. So you're gonna be able to stake it based on the profit the real world generates. So it's effectively being able to purchase and get control of a percentage of the largest online educational platform in history. My point is, once you own a percentage of a real cash generating business, you're rich forever. That's it, it's done. You own 10% of the largest university in the world, you're rich forever, it's finished.
I am working with the SEC so that the real world token can be launched as a security. The goal is that you can buy the token and own a percentage of the school. So imagine you sign up for the real world, you start to make money, you focus on your tasks, then you can invest that money in the real world token and get paid every single month a monthly dividend from the profits of the school. Meaning you can own a percentage of the largest online university in the world, which will grow for the next 20 to 30 years. This is going to be the largest platform in the world. It is going to get bigger and bigger as more and more people learn to get their education online. You can own a percentage of it and get paid every single month for the rest of your life. I'm getting SEC approval. This is true. I've spent millions of dollars on lawyers. I'm going to get SEC approval so I can launch the real world native token, which will pay you each day you hold it. The profits from the real world, my online university, are going to be dividended as if you were holding stock in the university based on holding a crypto coin. You will get free the real world tokens for your power level inside of the real world. So you need to join now, begin completing lessons and making money. So when the real world token launches, you get free the real world token based on your power level. Final warning, join the real world now before it's too late. The real world coin will pay you every single day for the rest of your life. Inside the real world, your power level will equate to free cryptocurrency. I will give you a revolutionary security token, which is funded based on the profits of the real world. You will become a part owner in the largest online educational platform on the planet for free if you increase your power level inside the real world. And the only way to increase your power level is to participate and make money. So by making money, you make power points, which equate to crypto, which make more money. It is the largest and most important chance for the average man to generate generational wealth in years.
These could well be the most wild, extravagant promises that we have seen a social media influencer make about a crypto project ever. He says that this fictional coin will give you a percentage ownership of the real world, that you will be paid regularly a percentage of the profits of the real world, which he laughably says is $20 million per month, that he is spending millions getting SEC approval. He guarantees that this coin can make you monumentally wealthy forever, and give you generational wealth. These are the most extravagant promises I've ever seen for a crypto project. And what has Tate delivered? Literally nothing. The real world token doesn't exist, and I'm very confident in saying that it never will, at least as Tate describes it. And during this week's emergency meeting stream, Tate had the nerve to just mention the real world token in a throwaway comment, as if it was a minor feature and not the biggest crypto project in history that he has promised.
So we want to do select events for 1,000 to 2,000 people in about 30 different cities across the USA. What will be included in these events is not only a speaking tour, it's going to involve something about the future of Daddy, it's going to involve exclusive access to the real world token, and it's also going to be exclusively only for the real world students.
Tate promised the biggest crypto project in history and has delivered nothing. Last November, he promised that he would give away a Lamborghini to a lucky The Real World member, but delivered a blatant scam with a predetermined winner. In August 2023, Tate promised that everyone who joined the real world would get a percentage ownership of an AI planet called Planet T that would make them all wealthy. Planet T was locked for all new members, and after the launch date, Tate never mentioned it again. So when Tate now says that he is going to have a banking system inside the real world and give all the real world students a credit card with $1,000 credit, and that he's going to give you a 4.5-year university degree if you spend a few months inside the real world, should any of you take him at all seriously? If you don't know the answer to that question, then you just aren't ready to accept it.